In the early 1980s, rallying was undergoing a sort of revolution, with wild, experimental, and incredibly fast and dangerous Group B machines dominating the stage and inspiring awe in those who saw them. This is still the case today, and you could likely name at least three off the top of your head. One that you won't be likely to mention is this, the Volkswagen Scirocco bimotor, an incredibly radical idea that unfortunately never actually made it to the stage. To start with, VW's motorsport history has been relatively lacking compared to most other manufacturers. Even today, the only Volkswagen race cars that come to my mind are the Dakar Touaregs and the odd Golf touring car. This is understandable when you remember that VW now owns both Porsche and Audi, both with a greater sporting pedigree, and these are two brands that would receive greater benefit from motorsport advertising. But in the 80s, VW Motorsport saw the Audi Quattro running away with Group B fame and glory and success, and then wanted to shine the light back onto the parent company. It was obvious that something fast and all-wheel drive was needed to compete with any hope of winning, something the VW Group knew all too well, as they were the ones who created the legendary Quattro. Unfortunately for Volkswagen, they didn't really have anything near as fast as the Audi as a road car basis. Yes, they had the Golf GTI, but that was miles away from what was needed, especially to pass homologation regulations. In addition, they needed to convince upper management to support them instead of the proven Quattro. Therefore, VW Motorsport decided to go with a completely insane concept, even for Group B. What they did is take a Mark II Scirocco, put a 180 horsepower engine, itself a modified Golf GTI power plant, under the bonnet. Then, if you opened the boot, you would only find another 180 horsepower engine. Now, VW, they're supposed to be a sensible, solid manufacturer back in those days and today, but they create mad things like this. They do have more moments of madness, like with the Golf GTI W12, but this is one that was really, really close to becoming a reality. This put the total power output at 360 horsepower, comparable to other cars of that year. And at this point, upper management was told about the project, and they were very interested in the bimotor, and they gave the green light for a more serious, advanced prototype in 1984. With the new car being developed officially, there were more resources available to the team, and the new bimotor 2 was created, with plans to actually homologate it. However, in that same year, circumstances changed so that the Scirocco went from a distinct possibility to simply a footnote in VW's long history. To start with, the Quattro was beginning to suffer against the insane Peugeot 205 T16. Due to both this and Audi wanting to sell more cars in the USA, they moved a bit further away from rallying to IMSA, where they created the absolutely mental 90 IMSA GTO. It became even less likely when it was found that, despite being an ingenious creation, the Scirocco's all-wheel drive system was not as fine-tuned as the Audi's, let alone the new breed of cars that were popping up. Thus, it would simply make more economic sense to enhance the system in the Quattro if you still wanted to compete. This is especially true that when you consider for making production cars, the bimotor would always occupy a minuscule market niche, and the Audi system could be applied to many other models, because the VW system relied on it having two engines, which isn't really something that most people are going to go for in a production car. So at the end of the day, this mad idea had more of a chance than you may have guessed, but still failed because it was as mad as a gorilla coated in itching powder and then set on fire for good measure. Still, you can see both prototypes in VW's museum, and the twin-engine idea did persist somewhat within the VW group, with a twin-engine Golf competing at Pikes Peak in 1986, and the Seat Ibiza bimotor winning the Spanish Gravel Rally Championship in 1987 and 88. So if you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more from me, consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to my channel, and hopefully you've had a great day or night or evening or wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.